Hello students, as you can see this picture depicts today's topic which is free fall. So free fall आखिर है क्या? That we will try to understand in this video. Okay. So let's see the definition. The falling of a body or object from a height towards the earth under the gravitational force of earth with no other forces acting on it is called free fall. Falling of a body from a height, okay, when a body falls towards the earth from a height under the gravitational force, okay, only under the gravitational force, no other force is acting on it. These 2 points are important. Only the gravitational force should act on that object and no other force should act on that object. If that kind of fall is happening, then that fall is called as free fall. Means सिर्फ ग्रेविटेशनल पुल के अंदर अगर कोई ऑब्जेक्ट गिर रहा है, लाइक आप छत से किसी पत्थर को जमीन पर गिराते हो तो उस पर कोई और दूसरा फोर्स अगर वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, देन दैट काइंड ऑफ फॉल विल बी कॉल्ड एज फ्री फॉल. सो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो इन दिस पिक्चर एक हैमर और एक पंख, ठीक है ना, दोनों साथ में गिर रहे हैं. तो अगर आप मान लो कि छत से एक हैमर और एक पंख को गिरा रहे हो, सो विच ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट विल रीच टू द ग्राउंड फास्टर? What will be your answer? You will simply say that the hammer will reach to the ground faster than the feather, right? But actually, look, the free fall depends upon what? Free fall, the acceleration of an object falling freely towards the earth does not depend upon the mass of the object. ये mass पर depend नहीं करता, which means कि hammer and the feather both will reach to the ground at same time. Does it happens in our practical life? No. अगर आप छत से किसी पीस ऑफ पेपर और किसी स्टोन को गिराते भी हो तो यू विल सी दैट द स्टोन विल रीच टू द ग्राउंड फास्टर देन द पीस ऑफ पेपर. ओके, देन क्या ये लॉ यहाँ पर प्रूव हो रहा है? नहीं. आप तो बोलोगे कि यहाँ पर तो प्रैक्टिकली हम लोग करके देखते हैं तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं दिखता है. बट actually that happens. Okay, to prove this law we need a vacuum. Okay, because in vacuum if air will not be present then only both the objects will reach to the ground at same time. Okay, so why do we need a vacuum? Because in an open space air is present. Let us consider you are throwing a hammer and a feather from the top of the roof to the ground, and as you know that air is present all around, the surface area and the weight of feather is very less, right? And surface area is far more than its weight. So due to that the feather starts floating on the air. Okay, ये जो feather है वो हवा में तैरना शुरू कर देता है, और जब वो हवा में तैरता है तो वो जो हवा का बॉयंसी फोर्स लगता है इसके कारण वो ऊपर रहता है और धीरे धीरे बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स वेट एंड एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी इट फॉल्स टुवर्ड्स द ग्राउंड, बट द स्पीड गेट्स रिड्यूस्ड ड्यू टू द एयर फ्रिक्शन. ठीक है, वही हैमर विच हैज स्मॉल सरफेस एरिया एंड लार्ज वेट, because of its large weight and a small surface area the air friction doesn't work on it properly. हवा का फ्रिक्शन इस पर पूरी तरह से वर्क नहीं करता है, जिसके कारण हवा इसके मोशन को ऑब्स्ट्रक्ट नहीं कर पाता है. और जब मोशन ऑब्स्ट्रक्ट नहीं होगा तो फिर क्या होगा? हैमर विल इजीली फॉल टुवर्ड्स द ग्राउंड एंड द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ एयर विल प्ले नो रोल while falling of hammer. That's why hammer reaches to the ground faster than the leaf or feather. But let us consider we are doing the same thing in a vacuum. Vacuum means a place or a space where air is not present. ठीक है, तो जहाँ पर हवा प्रेजेंट नहीं है, which means कि वहाँ पर कोई एयर रेजिस्टेंस नहीं होगा. If we will do the same experiment in that place, what will happen? Both the feather and the hammer will reach to the ground at same time. Okay, so from that experiment we can prove that the acceleration of an object falling towards the earth does not depend on the mass of the object. अच्छा, the freely falling object has uniform acceleration or non-uniform acceleration. That is a question arises, right? कि ये जो अगर कोई freely falling object है तो उसका acceleration uniform है या non-uniform है. Actually, that acceleration will be uniform because the same force is acting all around. Okay, the force, gravitational force, which is 9.8 meter per second square, will act on the object throughout its journey towards the ground. That's why the acceleration is uniform. Now let's see some of the points, like free fall of object is unaffected by the free fall objects falling unaffected by the air resistance. If we are talking about free fall, then there should not be any air resistance. Okay, if air resistance is there, then that kind of fall will not be called as free fall. Okay, the second point, on the earth we cannot fall without air resistance, but the normal situations the numbers are realistic, which means कि अर्थ पर कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट अगर गिर रहा है तो ऑब्वियसली एयर रेजिस्टेंस विल बी देयर, है ना, हवा का रेजिस्टेंस वहाँ होगा. मगर नॉर्मल सिचुएशन में हम जो अगर एक्सपेरिमेंट करेंगे तो वो सही आएंगे. व्हेन थिंग्स फॉल दे कंस्टेंटली एक्सेलरेट. जब कोई वस्तु गिर रहा होता है तो वो लगातार एक्सेलरेट हो रहा होता है, बट दैट एक्सेलरेशन इज यूनिफॉर्म बिकॉज सेम फोर्स इज एक्टिंग, राइट. If we ignore the air resistance, all objects accelerate at same rate. अगर हम लोग एयर रेजिस्टेंस को इग्नोर कर दे तो सारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स का एक्सेलरेशन सेम रेट में होगा, which is 9.8 meter per second, which we also denote by small g, which is called as acceleration due to gravity on the earth at the sea level. Okay, now acceleration due to gravity के बारे में बात करते हैं. So when an object is dropped from some height, its velocity increases at constant rate. What is acceleration due to gravity? Acceleration due to gravity क्या है? तो जब कभी कोई ऑब्जेक्ट किसी हाइट से नीचे गिर रहा होता है तो इसकी वेलोसिटी सेम रेट में, कांस्टेंट रेट में इंक्रीज कर रही होती है. ठीक है. एंड इन अदर वर्ड्स व्हाट वी कैन से that the uniform acceleration produced in a freely falling body due to gravitational force on the earth is known as acceleration due to gravity, and it is denoted by the letter small g. The uniform acceleration produced in a freely falling object, है ना, किसी भी freely falling object में जो uniform acceleration produce होता है वो क्यों होता है? Due to the gravitational force of earth. ठीक है, इसीलिए इसको हम लोग कहते हैं एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी, विच इज डिनोटेड बाय स्मॉल जी. द वैल्यू ऑफ जी डज नॉट डिपेंड अपॉन द मास ऑफ द बॉडी. ये आप लोगों को याद रखना है कि द वैल्यू ऑफ जी विल नॉट डिपेंड ऑन द मास ऑफ द बॉडी. कैसे, ये हम लोग आगे चल करके एक्सप्लेन देखेंगे. इसका भी एक्सप्लेनेशन आई विल टेल यू कि वाई डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन मास. ओके, द वैल्यू ऑफ जी चेंजेस स्लाइटली फ्रॉम प्लेस टू प्लेस. Okay, that is also a very important point, that the value of g changes slightly from place to place, but for most of the purposes it is taken as 9.8 meter per second square. ज़्यादातर समय में हम लोग इसको 9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड ही स्क्वायर ही लेते हैं, बट इट चेंजेस प्लेस टू प्लेस. कहाँ कहाँ पर ये बदलता है, that also I'll explain in this video. Thus the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8. How will we get that 9.8? That I'll also explain. So these are the points that you need to remind. Okay, now let's see that how the formula, how the gravitational due to gravity does not depend on the mass of object. So now look at this. We know that the second law of motion of the forces is product of mass and acceleration. So force is product of mass and acceleration. Okay, mass into g, gravitational acceleration. Let the mass of the stone be m. We already know that there is acceleration involved in falling object due to gravitational force, which is denoted by g. Okay, if the object is falling freely, then there is a force acting on that. Acceleration is there, which is denoted by g. So the force will be product of mass and acceleration. So acceleration is g, mass is m, so F is equal to mg. Okay, so therefore the gravitational force F will be equal to the product of mass and acceleration due to the gravitational force. Okay, now we have also studied that F is equal to gmm by d square. Okay, gravitational force is equal to we have already explained this formula, that F is equal to gmm by d square or r square. Here d square is the distance from the or Earth's radius, you can see that, है ना? So now from this formula, if we'll put the value of F here, so the formula will become like mg is equal to g m into m by d square. Now cancel both the m's. So what will you get? G is equal to g m by d square. So here you can see that only capital M is there. What is capital M? It's mass of Earth. Okay. So which formula we got? A small g, which is acceleration due to gravity. So acceleration due to gravity is equal to g into m by d square. Okay. Let the object be near to the surface. Maybe for the formula we are letting that ऑब्जेक्ट जो है वो सरफेस के बिल्कुल क्लोज है. जब सरफेस क्लोज है तो डिस्टेंस d ना होकर के r हो जाएगा. एक्चुअली यहाँ पर d लिया गया है और यहाँ पर r. वाई? क्योंकि r जो है वो रेडियस ऑफ अर्थ है. कैपिटल R इज रेडियस ऑफ अर्थ, वेयर एज d इज द डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम ऑब्जेक्ट टू द अर्थ सेंटर. ओके. In gravity we have already studied na कि two different objects apply equal forces on each other, applies force on each other, both of the objects attract each other. Okay, and that is known as gravitational force. So gravitational force is F g mm by r square or d square. So d is the distance from both the objects. Now when we are talking, when our distance becomes the radius of Earth, in that case we will write d square as r square, because r square is radius of Earth and d is the distance between both the objects. That's why we are not using d. That's why it is written that object is near to the surface of Earth. So now the formula will become, if we will cancel m in both the cases, then we will get g is equal to capital G m by r square, where m is Earth's mass. Okay, so from here we can understand that the value of g, which is acceleration due to gravity, only depends upon the mass of Earth. It does not depend upon the mass of object. Okay. Now we will calculate the value. How did we get 9.8 meter per second square? That we will try to understand. So to calculate the value of g, we should put the value of g and m and r in equation 9.8, means this formula, this equation. Here we are putting the values. Okay. So g, gravitational constant, we have already studied that it is 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Okay. Capital M is mass of Earth, which is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kgs, and R, capital R, is the radius of Earth, which is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Okay. When we will put all those values in this formula, what will we get? We will get approximately 9.8. So from here we got that the value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. As I said that the value of acceleration due to gravity varies place to place on Earth. Okay. So how does it vary? If we will reach towards the center of Earth. Okay. So consider this is the center of Earth. Okay. So the value of g, as soon as we will go towards the center of earth, the value of g will start decreasing. Here the map of globe is here the picture of globe is given. So blue part is near towards the center of earth, okay, and this one is the farthest distance, okay. If we will take this small r, then we will have to take this as capital R, because this distance is more than this one. So when the distance will reduce, the acceleration due to gravity will also get reduced. That's why the force of acceleration due to gravity is minimum at the poles and it is maximum at the equators. As you can see that here the red part shows the equator, okay. So actually I said incorrectly that if we are near to the center of earth, then the value of g will increase, okay, and if we are away from the center of earth, then the value of g will decrease. That's why if you are at pole, the value of g will be maximum, okay, and if you are at the equators, as you can see that this part is equator and here the distance from the center is increasing, right, it is more than the distance from the center to the pole. So that's why at equators the value of g is less and at the poles the value of g is maximum. If we will dug on the earth, मान लो हम लोग अर्थ में गड्ढा करते हैं और सेंटर ऑफ अर्थ की ओर जाने की कोशिश करते हैं, then the value of g will increase, okay, because the radius will decrease, okay. So that's why it is not same everywhere. That's why earlier I have said that the value of g is not same everywhere, it changes place to place. And how does it changes? If the distance from the center will increase, the value of g will get decreased, and if the distance from the center of the earth will increase, the value of g will decrease, okay. So we have some of the equations for the freely falling bodies, okay. We have already seen some of the equations in equation of motion, okay, like v is equal to u plus at or s is equal to ut plus half at square. So here also equations are same, only in place of a, which is acceleration. Earlier also it was acceleration, now it has become acceleration due to gravity. That's why we are changing this a to small g, okay. So now what will happen? We had the formula v is equal to u plus at. Now for the equation of motion for the freely falling object, okay, we will have to use the formula v is equal to u plus gt. The only change is, and in place of a we need to write g, and everything is same, okay. So likewise s is the distance, so s is equal to ut plus half at square. Here the distance becomes height, right, that how much above the object is kept, okay. So to find the height we need to use ut plus half gt square, okay, and v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Down here also v square is equal to u square plus 2gs. Only slight differences are there. Earlier it was acceleration of any vehicle or a moving object. Now it is acceleration due to gravity, only this. That's why we are using small g in place of small a, okay. So few things you need to keep in your mind while solving the numerical, okay. What are those things? Just keep it in your mind, note it down in your copy if possible, because this will only help you while doing the numericals. Okay, if you will not keep these things in your mind, then you will definitely do the mistakes while solving the numerical. So what are those things? Let's see one by one. The first point is when the body is falling vertically downwards, its velocity is increasing, so the acceleration due to gravity g is taken as पॉजिटिव. अगर कोई बॉडी वर्टिकली नीचे जमीन की ओर गिर रहा है तो उसका एक्सेलरेशन जो होगा वो पॉजिटिव होगा, मतलब उसका स्पीड लगातार बढ़ता चला जाएगा. ठीक है, और इसी कारण से हम लोग एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी पॉजिटिव लेंगे 9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. लेकिन इसका ठीक उल्टा, व्हेन अ बॉडी इज थ्रोन वर्टिकली अपवर्ड, ठीक है, अगर किसी बॉडी को आप वर्टिकली अपवर्ड ऊपर की ओर फेंक रहे हो, इट्स वेलोसिटी इज डिक्रीजिंग, तो इसका वेलोसिटी क्या होगा, धीरे धीरे कम होता जाएगा और एक पॉइंट के बाद जाकर के वो रुक जाता है, राइट, और उसके बाद फिर नीचे गिरना शुरू होता है. तो जब ये ऊपर की ओर जा रहा है तो इसका एक्सेलरेशन जो है धीरे धीरे वो कम हो रहा होता है. ठीक है, इसकी वेलोसिटी जो होती है वो घट रही होती है. सो द एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी इज जी इज टेकन एज निगेटिव. जब वो ऊपर की ओर फेंक रहे हैं कोई स्टोन तो उसका एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी आपको नेगेटिव लेना है न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करते समय. ठीक है, देन द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज व्हेन अ बॉडी इज ड्रॉप्ड फ्रीली फ्रॉम अ हाइट, इट्स इनिशियल वेलोसिटी इज टेकन एज 0. ओके, अगर किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को आप ऊपर से गिरा रहे हो तो उसकी इनिशियल वेलोसिटी क्या होगी, 0. ठीक है, एंड व्हेन अ बॉडी इज थ्रोन वर्टिकली अपवर्ड, इट्स फाइनल वेलोसिटी विल बिकम 0. और किसी पत्थर को आप जब ऊपर फेंकते तो क्या होता है, वो जो ऊपर जाते जाते धीरे जाकर के एक पॉइंट पर रुकता है और उसके बाद फिर नीचे की ओर गिरना शुरू हो जाता है. सो दैट्स व्हाई द फाइनल वेलोसिटी, ओके, व्हेन द बॉडी इज थ्रोन vertically upward, then its final velocity will become 0. Okay, and the time taken by the body to rise to the highest point is equal to the time it takes to fall from the same height. Okay, so ये क्या है कि टाइम टेकन बाय द बॉडी टू राइज टू द हाईएस्ट पॉइंट. अगर आप किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को ऊपर फेंक रहे हो तो उसको ऊपर जाने में जितना समय लगता है इज इक्वल टू द टाइम इट टेक्स टू फॉल फ्रॉम द सेम हाइट. और उसको उतना ही समय लगता है जितना समय वो ऊपर गया, उतना ही समय वो नीचे भी आता है. ठीक है, बिकॉज एक बार एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी निगेटिव था और दूसरी बार एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी पॉजिटिव है. ठीक है, फोर्स जो है वो इक्वल लग रहा है, बस मैग्नीट्यूड में थोड़ा अंतर है, एक बार नेगेटिव लग रहा है, एक बार पॉजिटिव लग रहा है. ठीक है, तो इसी कारण से ये सेम समय पर ही दो बॉडी नीचे गिरेगा. ठीक है, सो दीज आर दी 5 मेन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स which you need to keep in your mind while solving the numericals. Okay, so for today I'm ending my lecture over here. Now we'll meet you in the next lecture.